Oh, Meowdy, welcome in. You're drenched. Oh, sorry. That might sound a bit too judgmental. Let me see if I can go find some towels in the back. I think we have a few. In the meantime, well, you look exhausted. Maybe you should take a seat and maybe take a look at our menu. I'm sure you'll find something on there that'll be able to help you with your exhaustion. Sorry, I was trying to see if I could find another word that was synonymous, but I was just kind of looking around at my brain and I didn't really find it. And actually, I'm getting sidetracked. You are not getting any drier. Well, I mean, you are, but it's a lot more slow, and towels would help with that. So, yeah, sorry. I'm gonna go check the back and see if I can find any towels. Alright, thank you for your patience. I didn't really ask what color you wanted, which I, probably should have in hindsight, but, I just kind of grabbed both of these towels to, green and purple, because, green, I mean, I like green. Whenever I think of green, I think of kindness, fuzziness and softness, and, maybe that's just because I'm an Undertale fan, and, well, kind of an Undertale nerd, really, but, whenever I see green, I think of the kindness soul from Undertale, if you know what that is, which, you probably are familiar, but, you know what, I'm gonna stop before I end up nerding out about that, but, we've also got purple as well, which, whenever I see purple, it makes me think of royalty and regalness. It makes me think of a form of control, like you have some kind of mastery over your feelings, some kind of control over yourself, It also makes me think of a level of perfection, kind of. But you know what? I am giving way too much personality to a color, so, yeah. And, you're not really getting any drier while I'm standing here just kind of holding these towels. I mean, you are, but it's, a lot slower, and you're kind of shivering, and you're cold, and, you're cold and shivering. Maybe I should, here, just, choose one of these towels. I'll just set these here for you. Just pick whichever color you like while I go set the fire for you. What? Why do I have a fireplace in a coffee shop? Well, I don't know, it's just kind of cozy and I like it, and fire's really pretty. I like fire. I like looking at it, I like being near it. It feels very warm, especially on cold nights like these. Why don't I just use heating? I mean, that's expensive. It's a lot less expensive to just keep a fireplace in my coffee shop. And besides, I like its vibe a lot more, so I'm gonna go set that up real quick. You start to dry off here. Ah, there we are. Feels fuzzy like a nice warm hug. Well, I guess not fuzzy, warm is probably the better word for that, but, still, feels like a hug either way. So how are you holding up? Huh? You want me to do what? I mean, sure, I can dry your hair with the towel, just hand it to me. Do you want me to use the green one or the purple one for your hair? Alright, I can use that one. Here, let me just get up behind you real quick and just set this to your... There we go. Let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow. You want me to go a little faster? Here, is that better? Oh, too fast? Sorry about that. Not really something I ever do for anyone but myself, but even then I just kinda set it on my head and wait for it to dry. I am a little lazy like that. Yeah. I never really did get an answer from you on what beverage you wanted to get. So what'll it be? Coffee, tea, hot chocolate? I mean, I could also get you just a bottle of water as well if you would like, but that's kind of boring. I mean, yeah, water is important, yes, but it's also boring. I care that it's boring. Because it's boring. Alright, fine, I'll stop with the boring then. But no, seriously, what will it be? I see. You know, funny you say that actually. You wanted coffee. Mocha. Funny you say that actually. My full name is Mask D Mocha. Though I guess if you took out the initial, it would just be Mask Mocha, which sounds a little weird. But, that actually tends to happen a lot with people who have D as an initial. I don't really know why. You've got Monkey Luffy, Monkey Garp, Monkey Dragon. You know, it really just doesn't work. What? Did I give myself the D? Because I'm a One Piece nerd? Hey, wait a minute. Maybe we should drop this topic of conversation. I will leave that up to your imagination because you still need me to make your mocha coffee. So, I'll just set that on your head for a minute. I think I've done enough drying for now. Let me go set the coffee. Here we are. One cocoa cup of joe for the boss. Well, yeah, I guess you're not really my boss. You are kind of just a customer. But still. I didn't really think that one through. I was kind of just reaching for a word that had alliteration and, well, actually, that's not alliteration. I really don't know what my brain was doing there, I'm gonna be honest. But I have one nice hot cup of mocha cocoa. Coffee. Mocha coffee. Sorry, I like to tippity tap the mug every time. It's just a little thing of mine. Let me set that down there. Here you are. And be careful because it is very hot. Though that may be perfect for, warming you up and all that, considering, cold, wet. Though you do seem to be drying fairly quickly. Here, let me take up my old spot. And start moving this towel for you again. Whatever helps you be the coziest. So, do you drink a lot of coffee? Do you drink it often, or were you just kind of hoping to find a place to cure your exhaustion and warm up a bit? Yeah, fair enough. Me, personally, I am a bit of a coffeeholic, which also helps me whenever I'm being a bit of a workaholic. I like to just kind of stay up for longer periods of time than I really should, just kind of downing coffees and getting stuff done. It can be very productive for me, but it can also throw off my whole non-existent schedule. Yeah. The few people who I do work with do, not like me for that. But 'tis the way of the mask brain. Hey, I know I said the coffee was hot, but it's not that hot. You could start drinking it sometime today, you know. There you are. Small sips at first, baby steps, but it's a start. And so, how do you like it? Too sweet. I barely put any sugar in there at all. The way I take my coffee, I take it very sweet. I put way too much sugar in there. And ironically enough, I say ironically, I prefer mocha coffee. That's kind of actually why I named myself this, name that I have, and... Huh? What do you mean? Oh, I guess I did catch myself, huh? Yeah, so, it's... Okay, fine, yeah. I did give myself the D. You got me. But, hey, there's no denying that it's a nice name. Pretty clever, too. Mask D Mocha. If you combine them, you get Masked Mocha. Ergo, Masked Mocha ASMR. I'm so smart. Not as smart as you, but I'm pretty smart. Huh? How do I know? Well, I mean, everyone's smart in their own way. Everyone's got something they're talented at. Something they are particularly smart with. Me, I'm smart with sound, I'm smart with writing, colors, design. Smart with a lot of the creative stuff. But I couldn't do anything with numbers. I always hated maths. There are people out there who are absolute geniuses when it comes to the numbers and the maths, though, but really don't have a creative brain at all. We're all different in that way. We're all good at something, though. One particular thing. Some of us are really good at being social. Some of us are really good with the numbers. Some of us are really good writers. Some of us are really good designers. And you, even if you don't really see it at times, I'm sure that you are also really good with something. I don't know what that talent is, and it's possible that you don't know what that talent is either. But you do have a talent. You just gotta find it. And then nurture it. You gotta hone it. And make sure you put it to proper use. In whatever way that you enjoy. Whatever helps you enjoy your life the most. You can't stay drenched forever. You can't stay drenched in water, and you can't stay drenched in doubt. If only it were so easy to just dry yourself off of the towel and stop feeling all doubt. There's a lot of that, unfortunately. It can be pretty hard, but that's why cozy spaces like this exist. So you can take a seat, sip some coffee, let all those worries wash away for a little while. A temporary peace that you can come back to anytime you need it. A respite before the big fight. Yeah. It looks like your hair is all dry now. So I'll be taking that towel. Now, your hair may be dry, but the rest of you is still soaked, so I recommend staying by the fire for a while longer to let yourself properly dry off. You know, keep sipping that coffee as well. It's gonna be hot for a while, so there's really no hurry. I mean, unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere, but I'm gonna be honest, judging by how tired you are and just your overall posture, you really don't seem like you're in much of a hurry, at least not anymore. You seem a lot more relaxed than you were when you walked in, so I'm hoping that means I'm doing something right here. Huh? Oh, sorry, yeah, I get lost, I get a little lost in the fire sometimes. Sometimes I just like to stare at it, feel like it's embracing me. And again, it feels like a hug, and hugs are nice. Huh? You'd like a hug. I mean... sure. You can have a hug. I hope that wasn't too bad. I'm not a very experienced hug giver, so I just do my best. The way I comfort people is usually more along the lines of brewing than it is hugging. And hopefully I've done that particularly well. Relax. You know, I know you came here to get energized, but it might not hurt to maybe close your eyes for a few minutes. Maybe just... Oh, yeah, you can lean into me if you would like, if that'll help you rest properly. Your sleep and health is all that really matters here. So I'll do whatever I can to help with that. And besides, it is late. I am, technically we're, supposed to be closed at this hour, but I like to keep the shop open at late. At late, and that is so grammar. I am so grammar. See, not smart with grammar either. I can come up with plenty of great ideas, but I can't really word them all that great. At least not properly. What was I saying? Oh, right, yeah. I like to keep the shop up later than a lot of other shops, and it's not the smartest idea from a maths money perspective, but I suck at math, so I just like to keep it open for the cozy vibes. There's a lot of people who work late shifts and sometimes need a cozy vibe whenever they're done and know their places are really open. And so I like to keep my doors open for those people, especially considering how much of a night owl I am myself. The amount of night shifts I've worked, man, I understand it. You get done working and it's late at night and all the places have closed their doors, so you can't really go anywhere to eat anything or, just unwind, really. You just kinda gotta go home and make something yourself. But I like to keep my doors open to provide cozy alternatives. Fresh food, drink, warmth. That's another reason for the fire. Stuff like this. I mean, yeah, it can warm you up if you're cold, but it's also just cozy. It serves a bit of a double purpose, It's also able to help soothe people to sleep. Little worrywarts like you. You can rest here. It's fine. Besides... What was I gonna say? Sorry, I got a little lost in the flames again. But you can sleep here. It's fine. I don't really know if I have any beds or anything. But... here. Just rest. Don't worry about all that. Just close your eyes. Just rest for a while. Man. And I guess I'll just yap for a little while you just slowly drift away. Deltarune, I mentioned earlier that I was an Undertale nerd. I am also a rather large Deltarune nerd as well. And you know, I heard the chapters 3 and 4 are coming out tomorrow. Yep, Deltarune tomorrow. It is confirmed. By who? Don't worry about it. It's just a feeling I've got. Deltarune tomorrow. Besides, a lot of people have been saying it, so it's gotta be true, right? If all of our hearts are beating as one, having one wish, one goal, it's gotta be true. I'm a bit of a romanticist in that regard. Believing in stuff like that. Huge believer of fate as well. It's just, there's so many coincidences that happen, you know? I'm not wording really properly. Sorry about that. But anyway, as I was saying, there are a lot of coincidences that just don't make a whole lot of sense, you know? Things that happen that are hard to explain outside of astronomical odds. A lot of things happen, say that 5 times fast. Sorry, right. A lot of things just kind of happen in a way that is very funny a lot of the time, you know? Just, it feels like the universe has got a way of having a sense of humor sometimes. That's why I'm a believer of fate. Not that I believe that fate is particularly good or bad or anything like that. I feel like it's neutral. Sometimes it helps people to lead a good path in life, and sometimes it leads people to lead a bad path in life. Sometimes things just are what they are. A lot of the times it feels like we don't really have a whole lot of control over fate. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of fate, after all, is that it's got control over us. Fate just kind of being the outside factors that we can't really do a whole lot about. It feels like fate is kind of silly. It gets a little silly sometimes. Just setting all these things up that end up being funny and ironic in a weird way. I guess there are probably some examples you could think of if you were a little more awake, which, you know, you shouldn't be. So, hopefully you aren't awake enough to think of examples right now. Because you should be drifting off to sleep. Otherwise all this yapping will be for nothing, right? So many cars. That's the thing. Even at night, there are people just driving by, even this late. Helps to remind me why I keep this place up the way that I do. I tried to say way in time at the same time. That didn't go very well at all. My brain will split in half a lot like that sometimes. I will just try to say two things at once and absolutely fall apart. But yeah, seeing all these people still up at this hour, it really reminds me of why I run the store the way that I do. And reminds me of just how many night owls there are. Night owls like me. Night owls, maybe even like you. I don't really know if being up at this hour is regular for you or not. And really, I don't really care either. I'm not in a place to make such assumptions. My only care is that you, right here, right now, are cozy as can be. So let yourself rest. Let yourself rest. Here. Let me set this back up here. Yes, I know your hair is dry. I just liked doing this. So I'm gonna do it a little more. It's cozy for me. And by the looks of it, cozy for you too. You're doing well. Just still be pressing onward with the way that the world is sometimes. It takes a lot of strength. It's admirable. Regardless of whatever others may say, and regardless of even the very doubts in your own mind, you are strong, and you are capable, and you have a lot of skills, even if you don't realize it. Or at least one thing that you're probably really good at, even if you still have to discover it. Walking this path, you cannot give up just yet. You have to stay determined. Yeah, you got me. Being a bit of an Undertale nerd again. I'm just really excited for Deltarune. Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow. It's my chance to make sure the Deltarune comes out tomorrow. Alright. My arm's actually starting to hurt a little, so I'm gonna just take this back now. Even the fire's starting to die down a little bit. I guess I should have fed it a little more properly. I just got a little distracted. Huh? I mean, yeah, I do get distracted by the fire, but sometimes there are things, or maybe even people, that distract me just a little more. Hey, yeah, so what if I was a little more distracted by you? It is my duty to make sure you're cozy after all. So if I wasn't distracted by you, that would mean I'm doing a poor job. Huh? Well, yeah, I did get distracted by the fire earlier, but that's... I mean... Oh, hush. You're supposed to be sleeping anyway. Oh, don't need all this sass. You know, I did say you have plenty of time to sip away at that coffee, and you do if you want to, but are you sure you're going to be able to finish it before you fall asleep? Huh? Yeah, mocha is my favorite. Why do you? Oh, I mean, sure, I guess I can finish it off if you happen to fall asleep before finishing it. I mean, I won't complain about having mocha. I mean, even though it is my coffee and I could just make more, but, you know. Sure, I'll finish it off for you. Huh? Sorry, yeah, just tippity-tappeting the mug again. Tippity-tappetying? Tippity-tappetying. Sorry, there's a little bit of a tongue twister. At least for me, anyway. Tippity-tappetying. Tippity-tappetying. Tippity-tap. Tippity-tappety. 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 A little bit of alliteration. Something I'm a bit of a personal fan of. Bit of a personal. That was almost alliteration, but not really. Anyway, you seem like you're really, really tired, so I think it best that you go to sleep. 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 Sleep. Sleep.